Hey YouTubers, this is Fran-Sez. It's about 5:21 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Today is April 5th, 2014. Um, I wanted to make another video about my doctor's appointment. I did a little research about what I was told and what's on my form here. And basically, the doctor believes that I have it's HYPO gonadism. And if you look that up in Wikipedia, you know, males and females can have this, okay? In a female, maybe they would have a delayed puberty. Uh, they wouldn't have menstrual cycles till later. Sometimes the hormones in your body, that your testes or ovaries don't work right. There's other glands, adrenal glands, and other things that may not be working properly. You have your thyroid, and anyway, so the doctors are going to run a bunch of blood tests on me and see where I'm at. Okay. Now, pretty much this has never been done to me. I'm 61 years old in 2 weeks. And with my history and medical history, I think these tests should have been done a long time ago. Okay, probably back in my 20s or something. But pretty much I went undiagnosed, because I didn't tell anybody I was having difficulties. Functioning as a male and things. That's kind of embarrassing. And when I grew up in the age I grew up in, in a strict Roman Catholic environment, masturbation was considered a sin. And, I mean, now it's sort of like an accepted thing. But I'm just telling you what it's like. So I looked that up. Anybody can look it up on Wikipedia, okay? So in other words, my testes were in my body. They were surgically lowered at age 9 and 11. And, they may have worked okay for a while. And I developed a masculine arms, body, strength. But I always had difficulties with my sexuality. And, it just, up here in my brain, it just didn't seem like doing the male thing was, what I was supposed to be doing, okay? It just didn't connect or something, I don't know. But anyways, I basically dated a few girls and I really didn't like them for one reason or another. And I really never was intimate with any women until I was married at age 30. And I'm not going to go into my sexual thing, but after about a year, trying to have children, things weren't, you know, I didn't have a normal sexual experience, let's just put it that way. And so I went and got tested by a urologist after a year, and he basically said I was sterile. So basically, all my life, probably I've been sterile and had sterility. And after a couple of years of marriage, and I did father a couple of children, but um, I consider that an answer to prayer. And I mean, but that doesn't explain everything. I mean, I even when I was growing up, I had big hips. I've always had like some boobs. I've had minimal hair on my legs and my body all my life. And even on my beard, the whiskers are rather far apart. If you count the whiskers per square inch, I may only have 20 to 25 to 50% of what other men have. Okay, so I think I've always had some hormonal abnormalities. And that's pretty much gone undiagnosed all my life, and to me, sex was not a priority, I mean, hey, I've been in bed with a couple of women in my life, and I enjoy sex, but I mean, I'm not like going out of my way to chase women down. Okay, so um, that's just the way I am. So I think growing up, I was kind of asexual. I mean, and I didn't really meet anybody that I really liked enough to have a relationship with. So, and being with the opposite sex was almost like a threat to my independence, and not having a strong male sex drive, I just did not engage in male sexual activities like most normal men do. So, I just want to explain that to everybody. People look at me, they hear my voice, and they think, "Oh, gee, I mean, Fran-Sez." Well, that's my YouTube name. It is one of my middle names, but I haven't revealed my real name. Maybe somebody that watches my videos out there that knows me, a relative or a friend, I don't know. Maybe they know who I am, but I mean, to me, I've been honest and upfront with everything about my, transgenderism, and that isn't going to change. Okay, I am who I am. And like over a year ago, I came out in support of the transgender, gay, lesbian community because people are different, and I know some very nice people that love the Lord and are Christians, and they're married to someone of the same sex, and I know a lot of you religious people freak out and get all upset about it, but I mean, they're loving Christian people too, and I think there needs to be tolerance and acceptance of everybody. So, anyways, I'm going to be going having all these tests done, blood tests, and go from there. And basically, for 61 years of my life, I've had a very unhappy, unfulfilled sexual experience as a man, and I'm really not looking forward to continuing. And I have been dressing and kind of transitioning to life as a woman, and I know that's probably offends a lot of people, but we're talking about gender here and my sexuality and what goes on up here. Okay, I'm different. I was born different. Okay, and if you can't accept that, I'm sorry. That's your problem. Okay, and I'm talking to friends and relatives that will probably be viewing this video after I tell them what my channel is, because once I tell people that have never watched one of my videos, it's a friend or relative, and they watch all my videos. This is number 127, and they're going to see, you know, I've been, changing mentally and physically over the last year and a half, since probably the last time they saw me. And, well, that's the way it is, and that's who I am, okay? And all you ladies out there that wanted to jump my bones in the past because of how handsome I was, now you know why I didn't ask you out on a date or continued with any kind of interest, because I just didn't feel comfortable with my male role. Okay, and I kept all this private in my head because I didn't want to tell anybody about this. I mean, it's it's none of anybody else's business. Okay, and I was married once. I was a faithful husband, and supported my children and took care of them for 15 years as a single parent. I'm the responsible adult. I'm the one that worked for 40 years and earned an income and paid for my children and took care of them until they were old enough to take care of themselves. And then they left the home, got jobs, got married, and now they're taking care of their family. Okay, so you know, um, so all you people out there that are probably going to write me off as some kind of perv, well, that isn't true. Okay, I've never molested anybody. I have never taken advantage of a woman at all. That offends me greatly. Okay, whenever I have been uh, sexually active with a woman, it was a consensual thing, and we shared love and intimacy because we both wanted to do it. Okay, I have never forced myself upon anybody. That's an act of violence, and it makes me sick just thinking about it. And if you people out there think that transgender male to female people are guys dressed up as girls and they want to go in the women's room and molest your daughter, well, you're sick in the head, okay? Something's wrong with you. You're in worse shape than I am mentally, okay? I have grandchildren. I have sons I raised, and I changed diapers. I took care of them. I have never inappropriately touched anyone in my whole life, and I never will. So all you fear mongers out there that like you're a bunch of crazy people. And just because there's crazy people going around shooting people up with Colt 45s or Smith and Wesson 45s, and they have whatever, that doesn't mean that transgender people are like that. Most transgender people are very passive and loving people. Okay? We're not the violent type people, and we're not the sickos that you have to worry about, okay? I mean, I'm speaking for myself and most of the people I know. I mean, you never know, okay? There's wackos everywhere. Look at all the straight people that are like in prison, okay? There's a lot of straight people that are criminals, okay? And there's probably transgender, gay, and lesbian people that are criminals too. Hey, everybody, okay? So don't stop passing judgment on groups of people. You need to learn to take people as an individual, okay? Everybody is different, okay? And so anyways, I'm not going to get preachy here, but I'm tired. I ride the bus and people look at what I'm wearing and I hear the snickers and the laughs, and I'm getting tired of it. I really am, and I don't fit in anywhere, okay? Because because I so that's all I have to say. And people, if you laugh at somebody because they're different, and you're being a pig in your head. What gives you the right to think you're better than anybody else? Okay, that really irritates me. You think we're all a bunch of sick people. Well, you know what? That isn't true. That's a fabrication you have in your mind. The devil is putting these ideas in your head for you to be mean, cruel, and hateful toward people that have something that maybe you don't consider as normal. Well, what are you going to do? Okay. I just heard about a guy that just got shot in the back a couple days ago because last weekend he went out and asked some neighbors to quiet down at a party across the street from where he was living. He got shot in the back and killed. And now his wife and kids don't have a dad. Okay? So, you know, there's all kinds of stuff going on in Florida, all over the country. There's a lot of people that are ready to snap because economically they don't have a job, they don't have a lot of things, okay? And they're just at the breaking point, okay? And, you know, and you can't predict who's going to crack up next. You really can't. So, you know, we all live. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. You know, nobody has a guarantee. Okay. So, anyways, I don't even know why I'm talking. You know, I just wandered off on a rabbit trail here, but I just wanted to share that. Okay. So there are people out there with physical things with their body and hormones and their adrenal glands or gonads that don't work right. And there's reasons. There's psychological reasons, there's physical reasons. All these things combine, you know. And when you're some ignorant person on the bus and you make a value judgment about somebody sitting on the bus or across the bus, and you make, like, maybe it's not a racial thing, but you know, you just going on, you can't judge a book by its cover, can you? So you don't know who I am. You don't know what medical issues I have. And you know what? And for you to laugh and put somebody down because you think they're a pervert, well, that ain't necessarily true. Okay? So I don't know who's going to be watching this video, but you know what? Can we have a little love and compassion in our hearts for people that weren't born normal like you? Okay? So, you know, I mean, you know, I knew people when I grew up, they had like polio and they had a bad leg and they had a cast and one leg was shorter than the other one and they had to have this foot thing on your shoe, you know, like a sole about 5 or 6 inches high. I knew I had a cousin that had a like a gimp arm and I can't remember her name, but she was related to my grandmother, well, related to me too, a distant cousin. You know, there's a lot of people today, and more people have birth defects. You have ADHD. You have people have psychological defects, and this and that. Well, you know what? It's not your place to laugh at people because you think that they're funny. That is really immature, and you know, if you've done that in the past, well, maybe it's time for you to change. Okay? And so, anyways, that's really about all I have to say. And oh boy, 18 minutes. Okay, well, love yous all, and you know, if you want to research this, I'm not the only one on the planet that has hypogonadism. Okay, so maybe I should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the person that found out about it the latest in life. Woo. Okay, goodbye. Love yous all, and just put some understanding and love in your heart, and it's best to smile and be nice to the people on the bus that sit next to you because you don't know who they are, where they came from, or where they're going. So just be nice, okay? Is that too much to ask? Bye.